If you keep living like the most 25-year-olds, you'll end up like the most 40-year-olds, broke, tired, and wondering where the last decade went. So let's flip the script. If I want to be a millionaire before the age of 30, here is what I would do in 2025. But why would you listen to me? I'm not a billionaire, I don't drive Lambo, but I have built real income, lost it, and rebuilt it smarter. And most importantly, I have made the mistakes I'm trying to save you from. I have seen what works and what could waste years of your life. Give me a few minutes and I will try to save many of your valuable years. Clearly, I don't like wasting time. So let's go. Step number 1, know your why. Yeah, sure, you want to be a millionaire, but why do you want that? Is it freedom? Is it to take care of your family? Is it to prove something to yourself or to the world? Because most people miss it, but knowing your why is very powerful. It's the thing that keeps you going when nothing else makes sense. If you don't know why you want it, you'll either burn out or sell out. But if you do, then every how becomes easier. The discipline makes sense. The sacrifices stop feeling like losses. They feel like investments. So before we get tactical, let's get honest. Now, as we have our why, now let me tell you why you aren't a millionaire already. The education system doesn't teach you how to be rich. When I was a kid, I thought school was the key to everything. Get straight A's and life would just open up for me. But I'm sure by now we all are aware about the lies we were spoon-fed. Real life doesn't hand out report cards. School taught me how to memorize facts, follow instructions, and how to avoid mistakes. But then I stepped into the real world and it hit me hard. I have to think radically different to get those A's in life. Simon Sinek once said that school doesn't teach you success. You have to rewire your mind for it. And I get it now. School prepares you for the world that doesn't exist anymore. We never learn about investing, building wealth, or entrepreneurship. Instead, we learn about photosynthesis, ancient king, and Pythagoras' theorem. But not once did anyone teach us how to handle money or how to free ourselves from the system we are trapped in. If you don't understand how the game works, you're just a pawn on someone else's board. The system wasn't built to make you free. It was built to make you compliant. If schools really had set us up for success, it would have taught us to create value, to invest early, to think independently. But it didn't. It taught us to wait for the bell, shut up, sit down, and just follow orders. It is on you. It has always been. And once you realize that, you finally start to live. You learn how to live wealthier. Understand you are replaceable. When I got my first job, I thought loyalty was everything. Work hard, show up early, stay late, and the company will take care of you. One day, I saw a man who worked for the company for 20 years, who built half of the systems we used, walked out with a cardboard box. No farewell, no second chances, just done. That's when I learned companies don't run on loyalty. They run on profit. You can be brilliant, you can be loyal, but at the end of the day, you are still a line item in a budget. And if that budget gets tight, you're gone. So I stopped falling in love with the companies and started falling in love with my skills. Because trust me, that's the only security you have. Not your job, not your title, only your skills. And if you want to be irreplaceable, then become someone that the market can't afford to lose. Get scary good at your craft. Be the person who can solve the problems nobody else sees coming. Learn to lead, learn to communicate, learn to move people and not just numbers. Because when you mix hard skills with people skills, something shifts. You stop being just another employee and you become a force. Definitely don't bet your future on a company. Bet on yourself. Because when you are an asset, you never have to fear about being replaced. Now, half of you might be like, wait, don't I need to have multiple startups to be rich? No, you can be rich in any field as long as you are on top. You'll see everything under you. So whether you are self-employed or a 9-to-5 grinder, you have got it. Beat the system and master your skills. But what skills? Right skills over credentials. Your degree is a decent passport. It gets you through the immigration, but it doesn't decide where you will land. When you're younger, you're sold this simple equation. Good grades is equal to good job and good job is equal to good life. And it makes complete sense on paper until life stops being a paper. Because no one tells you what happens after you get that good job. You realize half the things that matter, most were not even on the syllabus. Like how to think clearly when everything is falling apart, or how to really speak so people will actually listen to you. You'll meet toppers who hate their job and an average kid building empire from cafes and chaos. Why? Because school teaches you how to comply, but life rewards people who can adapt. Your degree says you are capable, but your skills prove it. So, yes, get the degree, make your parents smile, and frame it if you want, but don't confuse the certificate with real test. And if you want to be rich before 30, you don't just need credentials, you need leverage. And the right skills are the leverage. Skills like communication, storytelling, emotional intelligence, financial literacy. So, be smart, pass the exam, but don't forget to study the game. And that brings us to point number 5. Ideas mean nothing without action. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Your next big idea won't work. Why? Because it is just an idea. Look, everybody has ideas. Your mailman has ideas. Your cousin wants to start a podcast. But the truth is, ideas don't pay rent. Execution does. I used to think I need perfect plan before I could start. But what I really needed was to just start. Action creates clarity, not the other way around. You don't get confidence from watching 100 videos. You know what? If you already know what to do, how to make your first million, and you are still here watching just to be sure, I request you to stop watching this. Though don't forget to subscribe. You might be interested in the next one. You get confidence from doing the things you said you would do, even when it is messy. You don't think I was scared when I started this channel? Of course I was, but I made myself a promise that I will post, I will show up, I will serve every day, no matter what the algorithm says. Because I don't want to reach the end of my life wondering what I could have built if I would have just taken the shot. Start broke if you have to. Just don't wait. But motion without meaning is nothing. Let's talk about that. There comes a point, usually somewhere in your late 20s or early 30s, where the grind starts to feel hollow. You got a decent job, you're making okay money, you bought a car, the house, the occasional weekend trips. But then one night, it hits you like a truck. Is this what I'm going to do for the next 30 years of my life? That's not burnout, brother. That's your soul knocking. That's the life asking you, are you just surviving or are you actually living it? And that's where this beautiful Japanese word comes in, ikigai. It means your reason for being. The intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. It's your sweet spot, your power zone. And guess what? That's also where the long-term wealth hides. I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and become a poet. What I'm saying is pay attention to what lights you up. Ask yourself, what would I still do if no one pays me at first? What problem people always come to me for? And then where do all these things overlap with a real problem for which I can get paid for? That's your leverage point. That's how you stop being a cog and start becoming a creator. And that brings us to our last point. When I got promoted for the first time, I was very excited to prove myself. I thought that the higher you go, the more you need to do. But then I asked one of the senior leaders, what should I focus on the next? He didn't hesitate in saying, you need to create your replacement as fast as you can. Now, at first, I thought that was counterintuitive. I thought the key to success was doing more, working hard, showing up more. But he flipped everything. If you are still doing the task you are doing at the bottom, you are stuck. You are a bottleneck. And you need to understand that. You can't move up if you are irreplaceable at the wrong level. You have to evolve, and you have to evolve fast. As Alex Hormozi says it best, the reward for doing good work is more work. And the reward for building good system is freedom. If you want real freedom, you have to replace yourself again and again until you are not needed at all. Let all that sink in, and I will see you in the next one.